Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now, and this is the second portion of the lecture. Okay, so uh, we have studied the circuit in the first lecture, having two loops: loop number one, loop number two. Okay, so now we have two equations, two KVL equation, both in the time domain and in the Laplace domain. And from these Laplace domain equations, we have we got this matrix. Okay, now we have to, the target of this circuit is to find the output of the capacitor. Okay, so if the output of this capacitor is impulse equation just like this, so we can then claim that this is actually the impulse generator circuit for the single unit. Okay, so according to the Kramer rule, as we know that Kramer rule, I1 is equal to delta 1 over delta. Okay, where delta 1 is actually, if you replace this matrix by this first column, so then we will get delta 1, okay, in the determined form. Okay, and delta 1 over delta, sorry, this is not delta 2, this is delta. Okay, what is delta? The determinant of this square matrix. Okay, determinant. Okay, determinant form. Okay, now what is delta 2? But we don't need to find delta 1 because sorry, I1, because this is not our target. Our target is to find the I2, because by putting I2 over here, we will find V2, which is output across the capacitor C2. So for this purpose we have to find delta 2, okay, over delta. Delta 2 can be obtained by substituting this column with this second column. Okay, this matrix with second column. Okay, so we will get this is actually the delta 2. Delta 2 is equal to r1 plus r2 plus 1 over c1s and minus r2. Okay, and this column has been replaced by this matrix v naught s over v naught over s 0. This is the method of the Kramer rule. Okay, now delta 2, sorry, delta, so delta is equal to the same matrix, no need to substitute it here. R1 plus R2 plus 1 over C1s minus R2 minus R2 R2 plus 1 over C2s. Okay, so find out the determinant for this value and determinant for this value. So this is the solution for the determinant. Okay, so if we use some variables, uh, some constant values p and q, and this is just for the purpose to get the quadratic equation and to squeeze the whole equation. Okay, by, because p will be a constant value, this p is actually is equal to 1 over r2 c2 plus 1 over r1 c1 plus 1 over r1 c2. Okay, four variable is involved in this p, and all these four parameters is involved in this p, and all of these four parameters are the constant values. R1 is a constant, R2 is a constant, C1 is a constant, C2 is a constant. All of these will be given in this circuit. Okay, so if we put a p instead of this whole expression, so that would make our calculation easy for us. So that is the reason behind the putting of p instead of the whole expression. And q is equal to 1 over r1 r2 c1 c2. Okay, so again this is a constant value, so we will get q. So we naught over r1 s over s square plus ps plus q. Okay, so putting this equation, This is I2. Put this I2 in this equation number 3 to get V2. Okay, so V2 will be equal to V naught over R1 C2 S over S square plus PS plus Q. Again, if you want to simplify more this equation and want to squeeze it more, so replacing R1 C2 again by some variable, for example K. So the equation will be V2S is equal to V naught over K 1 over S square plus PS plus Q. Okay, so the denominator of the quadratic can be factorized through obtaining its roots. Alpha and beta, for example, are the two roots. Okay, so alpha will be equal to minus p plus the plus term, okay, of the quadratic formula, minus p plus p square minus 4 q over 2. Okay, minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac over 2a. This is the general quadratic formula. So alpha is the positive term and beta will be the negative. Okay, so beta is equal to minus p minus p square minus 4q over 2. Okay, so now the two factors of this quadratic equation will be s minus alpha and s minus beta. Okay, so now we have to find this by factorization. Okay, a over s minus alpha plus b over s minus beta. Okay, so the LCM of this will be s minus alpha into s minus beta, multiplying this LCM with uh, and both side of this equation number 6. Okay, when we multiply it with this, okay, so we will get 1, and when we multiply this s minus alpha into s minus beta with the right hand side, so we will get a into s minus beta. Okay, because the s minus alpha term will cancel out with the s minus alpha term, so we will left with s minus beta term only, plus b into s minus alpha. Okay, so 1 is equal to a into s minus alpha plus b into s minus beta plus b into s minus alpha. Okay, so in order to find the a and b values, okay, so for a, in order to find the a, put s is equal to alpha, and in order to find b, we have to find s is equal to beta, because by putting s is equal to beta, a will be equal to 0, and by putting s is equal to alpha in this equation, the beta will be equal to b will be equal to 0. Okay, so 1 is equal to a into alpha minus beta plus b into alpha minus alpha, this will be 0. Okay, so a will be equal to v naught over k alpha minus b. Okay, this is a, and here on the right side we have calculated the b. V naught over k is equal to this. Okay, this is v naught over k. V naught k is equal to a into beta minus beta, which will be 0. Okay, beta b into beta minus alpha. Okay, so here is alpha minus beta, here is beta minus alpha, so taking minus common, so that it looks similar to this one. Okay, so by taking minus common, we will get v naught over minus v naught over k into alpha minus beta. Okay, by putting a and b values in equation number 6, we will get, taking common, v naught over k into alpha minus beta. Okay, 1 over s minus alpha minus 1 over s minus beta, applying the inverse Laplace. Okay, as we know that the e raised to the power at, Laplace of e raised to the power at will be equal to 1 over s minus a. So now the inverse of this will be equal to this. So here instead of a we have alpha, so 1 over s minus alpha, the inverse Laplace of this will be equal to e raised to the power plus. Okay, if there is minus, there will be plus. Okay, if this is plus, this one here will be minus. So, and the inverse Laplace of this will be e raised to the power plus beta t. That minus is because of this minus. Okay, so by putting the values of a and b in equation number 6, we will get this, and by applying the inverse Laplace we will get this. Okay, now this is the final equation for v2, the voltage drop across the capacitor v2. Okay, now how this equation actually, how this curve will actually occur. This is e raised to power alpha t, so draw e raised to power alpha t, so we will get this. And now e raised to minus e raised to power minus t, minus means on the negative side, so we will also write, okay, equation like this. Now the area under the curve of the negative side will be cancelled with the area under the curve of the positive side, so this will be cancelled with this, so we will left with this. Okay, only area. So this is actually the impulse curve, and the area of this will be greater than this because alpha is very greater than beta. This is because alpha is the positive term of the quadratic equation, minus p plus this term, and beta is minus p minus this term. Okay, so alpha will be greater, very greater than the beta. So that is why the area under the curve for the upper numerator term, this positive term is greater than this negative term. Okay, because alpha is very greater than beta. Okay, now in order to find the TP, the time required to reach the peak value, so we have to find the determinant, sorry, the derivative, and then we will put the derivative of this is equal to 0 because the the slope of the peak value is always equal to 0. Okay, so d by dt of v2 of t is equal to v naught of this. Okay, so this is equal to 0 because of this. No change occur at the peak value. Maxima and minima, both on maxima and minima the slope is equal to 0, so we will left with this. Okay, now multiplying this on both side, we will get this will be 0, and the negative term will be shifted over here, so alpha e raised to the power alpha tp. Now the t will be called as tp because we are now at this peak point where the slope is equal to 0. So alpha e raised to power alpha tp is equal to beta e raised to power beta pt. Okay, now here we have two t variables. So to make it single, we have to uh, shift it by cross multiplication. Alpha by beta is equal to e raised to power. When the bases are same, their power will be added. Okay, so according to this rule, e raised to power beta minus alpha into t. Now taking the log on both sides, ln of alpha over beta is equal to ln of this exponential. Ln of exponential will be is equal to 1, so beta minus alpha into tp. Again tp is equal to, okay, so tp will be equal to 1 over beta minus alpha ln of alpha over beta. This is the time required for the impulse to reach its peak value. Okay, putting the alpha to beta value over here, so we will get tp. Now efficiency is vp over v. Okay, vp is the peak value. By putting the tp value, we will get the vp, and v is equal to the input voltage for n stage generator. So vp is equal to v naught over k alpha minus beta e raised power alpha t minus e raised to the power beta t. Okay, so that is the output of the This that will be Vp by putting T instead of Tp. Okay, instead of T we have written T, so it becomes Vp. So that was all about the impulse generator, modeling of the impulse generator. Okay, that was for the single stage, and for the end stage you will multiply. You have to add more circuits with this unit. Okay, so but for each unit you must have two capacitors and two resistors. Okay, for this two stage we have we need two more resistors and two more capacitors, so total will be four capacitors and four resistors. And then the output will be across the even capacitor, just like we have done in voltage doubler circuit. Okay, so voltage will be across 2 and V to N. Okay, sorry, C to N, that voltage. Okay, the voltage will be across C to N, and the second loss will be 2N minus 1 capacitor. Okay, which will be used as a charging capacitor. So that was all about the impulse generator modeling. So thank you for the moment. I hope you will understand the whole lecture. Efficiency can be found in percentage.